Sometimes we want things faster than they are happening, and we often forget the blessings of what's already here and where we came from. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Ignite the World podcast. This is episode number 34. Just wait your turn. I'm your host, Jamie Dottie Garza. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And let this be known right now. This episode was inspired by a 4-year-old, my niece. Shout out to Millie, because she inspired this episode, and it happened earlier this week, last week, I should say, after me and my wife picked her up from school. And it was in a Chick-fil-A line. And she told me this statement of just wait your turn. And who would have thought from a 4-year-old that would be a message from God that I took throughout the whole week, and is a word that has been even more intensified throughout my week, and was the reason right now why I had to create this podcast and let you guys know. And I'm giving the credit. Shout out to Millie, baby. Crystal was good. Talk about just being able to listen to the signs. I pray every day. I rejoice in the name of the Lord every day. When things are good, when things are bad, rejoice in the Lord's name. And my pastor actually talked about that yesterday. Upon recording this, everybody, I'm going to be transparent too. It is Monday. Yes, Ignite the World podcast drops on a Monday. It's been consistent like that for 33 consecutive weeks. And you know what? I was on my mission. I was on my purpose. And right now, I'm in the afternoon time. You guys are going to get this a little bit later. But I wanted to give that context because that's the accountability I have, right? All these messages are coming all right now. I want to first let you guys know, this just came to me right now. I want you guys to know that consistency is everything. Having discipline is rough. It could be tough. But just being able to show up and stay committed will get you far in life. Why I'm saying that now, let's get back into the main story. That just came to me. I want to share that message to anyone out there listening. But my pastor yesterday, he was talking about rejoicing is his name, and rejoicing in God and praising God even when things get tough, because you can rejoice and you can always count on the promise that God made for you, each and every one of us, because it's impossible for him to lie. It's impossible. And just because something that we don't see right now doesn't count out the possibility that it will happen, because in fact it will eventually happen under his time. Time. This is the big thing right here. Time. This is something I've been struggling with over the past few weeks, maybe even few months. And I made a vow that I would share my testimony as it happens. And that's what's happening right now. I've been trying to rush God's timing, it feels like. I've been doing this for a long time, but sometimes when you're maneuvering through life and you're maneuvering adulthood, parenthood, businesshood, anything up under the hood, sometimes we want things faster than they're happening, and we kind of get narrow-minded. I know I'm speaking for myself personally. And we often forget the blessings of what's already here and where we came from. With that context, last Monday, we pick up my niece. I consider her my niece. She loves her Uncle Dottie. We pick her up from school, and she's hungry. My wife's a little hungry. I'm like, you know what? I'll break my fast. What are we going to do? McDonald's, nah. It's a Chick-fil-A type of vibe. We hit the Chick-fil-A. In the midst of that, I remember talking to my wife of just all these ideas that I have, where I want to be, where I want to go, where I want to take my business. I can't shut off the business mind. It's something I love. I'm passionate about in my business. And one of the things I got caught up on at that exact moment, I was talking about WrestleMania 40, because it's going to be in Philadelphia. Tickets just went on sale. And I'm thinking like, man, I didn't know it was going to be on sale so fast. It's in Philadelphia. What a time. Do I go by myself? Do I take the kids? I'm thinking all these things. I ain't commit. And I'm like, man, wouldn't it be cool if it this and that? What ifs? Like trying to think I'm in control of things. And then in the back seat, here comes baby Millie. Just saying, just wait your turn. Like out of nowhere. And I had to stop real quick. And I had to reflect on that. I'm like, wow, Millie, you are right. Just wait my turn. And I was like, that's the calling from God right there. I laughed, but that statement stuck with me the whole day. I journaled about it. Even the Bible scriptures I was reading, the signs I was seeing throughout my week, it all goes back to just wait your turn. And why I'm saying this is because sometimes we don't want to wait our turn. We don't. I saw my son literally yesterday. It was Friends and Family Day at Third Mount Zion Baptist Church. They had the food trucks out, and we were midway through the line. It was a long line. We was waiting though. Patience, right? And my son didn't want to wait his turn. Oh, my feet hurt. I'm tired of standing. Woo, woo, woo. You know how it is if you have a son who's 6 or a child who are young and impatient and or hangry, right? And I told him, I was like, you know what? Millie told me something this week. Just wait your turn. And he didn't have no clue what that meant. But there's so much context in that. It's just waiting your turn. And that's how I feel right now. You got to wait your turn. I know I've been convicted of this prolific statement because oftentimes what I was saying, I'm trying to rush things. I'm trying to make things happen. But in reality, I'm in no control of it. I just have to simply wait my turn. I've been waiting my turn for a long time already. And it's still going to be a continuous process because of God's plan to wait my turn. Now, with that, I have had so much at ease this whole week because I realize everything is beyond me. As long as I'm having the faith, as long as I'm putting in the work in, simply just having a peace of mind of just waiting your turn. And eventually, those things, if it's in His plan, will prosper. I want to share a verse to go along with this. Like literally this morning, I'm scrolling IG before I leave the house. And there is this verse I wasn't familiar with. That's why I haven't memorized it, but I want to share it right now. And this verse is coming from, I believe, not the NIV, the NLT. Now, usually, transparently speaking, I read from the King James Version, and I just got into the NIV versions of the Bible. So I'm not familiar with the NLT, but this is where it stems from, the source, and it's from Isaiah 60:22. Says, when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Now, if that's not a culmination of everything from a whole week, just starting from a little 4-year-old sweet little girl in the backseat who has no idea of the conversations we're having, but God spoke to her to deliver a message to me, little old me, to deliver to you guys of just wait your turn. Look, I'm a believer, and that right there is powerful. And I just want to remind everyone out there, no matter what you're trying to achieve, no matter what goals you want, no matter where you thought you would see yourself and you're not quite there, whether you're needing that invoice to clear right there, whether you're needing that health to get right, whether you're needing something right then and there, and you know you're doing your best to get there, I want everybody to know to just wait your turn. Okay? It is beyond us. And the quicker, and I'm still proving testament, walking through it. I'm not perfect. I'm still learning day and day. I'm still a baby. I consider myself a baby. I'm still learning, all right? But sometimes just waiting your turn can ease up anxiety, fear, depression, anxiety. I said that already. And just make you a more peaceful mind. One of my favorite verses is in the Bible is Jeremiah 29:11, which states, I have plans for you, declared the Lord, plans to prosper you, not harm you, to give you hope, and a future. Don't forget, everybody, to remind yourself also that we are all like sticks of dynamite. The power is on the inside, but nothing happens until the fuse gets lit. Ignite the world.